Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Moore, and I want to welcome you to this week's Build a Better Brain seminar. We're going to talk about the occipital lobe, this part of your brain right here. We've talked about the frontal lobe, we've talked about the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, and actually the connection between the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe. Now we're going to talk about the occipital lobe. And the occipital lobe is actually pretty darn simple. There's two major parts to it, just like these had major parts to it, and that is going to be your primary visual cortex. Then we have this part right back here, and what that does, it allows you to recognize that you're seeing something. It's conscious awareness of vision. So what it means is you see something. That's what it means. And with every primary part of your brain, like the primary motor cortex, there's a secondary cortex that tells you what it is you're seeing, to associate what you're seeing. So when I see this hockey puck, I can see it with my primary visual cortex, but it's my secondary association cortex that gives this thing meaning. It gives me so that I can understand that's a hockey puck. And I remember it from past experience that that is called a hockey puck. I can analyze it that it's black, it has red inside, it's round, it is this thick, it has a rough looking shape right through here. I can analyze that with this. Now, what's also interesting is I can put it down and my primary and my secondary visual cortex will send to the what's called the dorsal stream up to my parietal lobe so that my parietal lobe can tell me where the hockey puck is. So I see the hockey puck. I know it's a hockey puck. Now I want to grab the hockey puck. I need to know where it is. And I know where it is because I'm going to use my parietal lobe to tell me where this hockey puck is. So there's a lot more than vision. And I also want to know, through what's called the ventral stream, some people call it Meyer's loop, is in the temporal lobe, what is it? It's a hockey puck. I want to make sure as I go to reach for it that I'm sure that it's a hockey puck and it's not a baseball. And so I want to make sure I see the baseball. I understand it's a baseball. It has rough edge. It's round. It looks rather hard. It's white. It's color. I analyze it. I remember from past experience that it's a baseball. I remember from past experience that it's not going to hurt me. Because if this is a needle or this is broken glass, I want to know where it is so that I don't touch it. I want to know what it is so I don't touch it and I don't walk over it. So seeing things is very important. Understanding what it is you're seeing, where it is, and what to do about it, that's just as important. So one thing I want you to remember on this, because the occipital lobe is about vision, the most important thing is that your brain all works together so that you can see things, you can hear things, you can smell things, you can taste things, you can feel things, you can decide to do things based on your situation. It's a sunny day outside. I like to see the sun. I like to see that there's this flaming ball of sun in the sky, not to look at it from past experience and know what it is. So let's get into an exercise. An exercise for your occipital lobe. First, as always, do something. Start. Make a plan to exercise. Pick a time of the day to invest in yourself. Secondly, it's very hard for me to do it here. There are some brain teasers, and they're pretty much shape teasers. And it would be, you take something that looks like this, and they give you 4 options of different things and see I'm not doing a good job of it already, that look just like this. So there's some teasers. You can go online, look up occipital exercises. It's basically matching the shape, and they'll twist it. Is that the same shape? Is that the same shape? Is that the shape? Is that the shape? Is that the shape? Is that the shape? If this is the original shape, that's the same shape. This is not, because I've moved the pen up here, and you need to recognize that. This is not the same shape. So they're little teasers like that. But an exercise so you can do it at home and to work on your brain is we're going to work on our vestibular system, which we're going to talk about on subsequent videos. But when you work your vestibular system, you work everything. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand with our feet about shoulder width apart, and we're just going to stand up, and we're going to hold on to the counter, and we are going to close our eyes. And when we do that, we actually stop input to our occipital lobe. And we rely on our parietal lobe, we rely on our vestibular system, and we rely on a balance and coordination and feeling in our feet. And we get good balance. Make sure this thing you're touching is very, very strong. And if you don't feel stable, start out with your eyes open. And when you get good at that with your eyes closed and your feet are shoulder width apart, bring your feet a little closer in together. Get stable with your eyes open, and then close your eyes. And you work to where your feet are together, and you can close your eyes and hang on to something. The most important thing about this exercise is not falling down. The most important thing about all of our brain investment exercises is your safety. And so that's a great exercise you can do. If you want more information on to expand upon that, just call or text our office at 810-374-0304 and say, I would like to be a part of your Restore Your Brain program. And I will send you bi-weekly videos to expand upon this little exercise we just did. But for now, you can tease yourself and say, all right, that's a pen, that's a pen, that's a pen, that's a hockey puck, that's a baseball, and quiz yourself on positions, on what things are at, where they're at, and what they are. That's an occipital lobe exercise. So, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channels, write any comments or questions you have below, call our office 810-374-0304, and as always, spread the word and have a blessed day.